We've seen several big steps in dive computer features over the years, from the introduction of colour screens, digital compasses and wireless air integration, but today's updates on modern dive computers really focus on your global positioning. Hi all of you awesome scuba divers out there, welcome to the Scuba Diving Magazine channel, your very favourite place for the latest scuba diving news and gear reviews. Yes, this time of year, kind of November, is when the big brands really announce their big updates and upgrades for next year, and Shearwater, they have a fancy one this year. They have a new wireless air transmitter called the Swift GPS that can turn all of their existing air integrated dive computers into little GPS machines. Shearwater's latest update introduces GPS capability to its existing lineup of air-integrated dive computers through the new Swift GPS transmitter. This marks a major technological step for the company, allowing divers to capture precise entry and exit locations using satellite-based positioning. The transmitter uses multiple satellite systems, including GPS, Galileo and BeiDou, to acquire an accurate fix of your location once the diver is on the surface. Once submerged, the unit behaves like a traditional wireless air integrated transmitter, sending tank pressure data to your dive computer, but the surface location becomes embedded in the diver's log. This update works hand in hand with the redesigned Dive Shearwater mobile app, which now supports interactive maps displaying where each dive began and ended. Instead of relying on memory or manual notes to write down which dive was which, divers can now store a geospatial record of their dives, giving logbooks a new level of detail and long-term value. This development is significant because it brings mapping and location tracking features once limited to external GPS receivers into a self-contained system designed specifically for scuba divers. The Swift GPS transmitter is designed to work with all current Shearwater dive computers that support air integration. This includes popular models such as the Teric, the Perdix 2, the Petrel 3, the Nerd 2, the Peregrine TX and the Tern TX. Because the GPS capability is housed within the transmitter itself rather than inside of the dive computer, the upgrade does not require purchasing a new dive computer if you already have one. Instead, existing Shearwater users can now add GPS functionality simply by pairing the new transmitter with their current device. Obviously you need to update the firmware, but it's a free update. Firmware is essential to update, as each compatible dive computer needs that latest update to interpret the GPS data and pass it correctly into the Dive Shearwater app. For users who have been part of the Shearwater ecosystem for several years, this compatibility approach is a major advantage. It respects previous investments and maintains the company's reputation for extending the lifespan of its existing products through software and accessory innovation. Existing Shearwater users who want to take advantage of GPS logging need to follow a very straightforward process. The first step is to ensure that their dive computer is running the latest firmware by pairing it with the app, as the update enables compatibility with the Swift GPS transmitter and supports the new data fields required for location capture. Once the firmware on your computer is updated, divers can install the new transmitter onto their first stage in the same way as they would attach any standard Shearwater air integrated transmitter. Before starting a dive, the diver must give the transmitter time on the surface to acquire a satellite lock, which may take a short moment, but it's necessary for accurate positioning. You can't just turn it on and jump straight into the water. That won't give it enough time. After the dive, the computer syncs with the Dive Shearwater mobile app, where the new mapping functions display a recorded entry and exit points. Divers who previously logged older logbook apps or external software will find that the updated app now integrates all of the GPS data automatically, creating a richer and more complete dive history without relying on manual tagging. In short, upgrading involves a firmware update, pairing the Swift GPS transmitter and allowing the device just a few moments on the surface during each dive just to gather that location information. And if you already have a non-GPS Swift transmitter, whilst you can't update that to now suddenly use GPS, you only need one GPS transmitter in your roster to have that function, and you can still use the other old standard transmitters on another cylinders for multi-tank diving. And another cool thing is that any nearby Shearwater air integrated computer can pick up on that Swift GPS signal. So you can share with your buddy or a boat full of divers if they all have a Shearwater computer that is wireless air integrated. So if you and your partner only have that one GPS Swift, then you both have location data, which is very cool. You can view your dive location on a map, a location name if available, entry and exit coordinates, and a whole world view of all of your dive log locations. As far as accuracy, once it's locked your location in, it updates about every 5 seconds or so with an accuracy of about 4 meters, which is pretty darn good. The best thing for me as a Shearwater user myself is that existing users don't need to buy a new dive computer to replace the old version because it doesn't do GPS or anything. Shearwater have upgraded your own dive computer for you. Yes, you do need to buy a new transmitter if you want that GPS, but your existing transmitter still works as normal and you can still use it if you're diving multiple cylinders. Your existing dive computer still works as usual with the additional feature that you can use down the road if you want to. And Shearwater, they're not forcing you to buy a GPS version of their Swift going forwards. If you don't want GPS, they're still going to make the regular Swift if you just want a wireless air transmitter. It's a really cool move and something that I'm really keen to try out when I can get my hands on a Swift GPS. They're going to be available from December the 1st. Of course, regional variations may apply, with a recommended retail price of $445 US, which is just $45 more than a regular Swift. I couldn't find Euro or British pound pricing, but I'm sure that will come in time. So yeah, $45 more. It's not that much. It's not a ridiculous upgrade. So yeah, do keep an eye out at your local Shearwater dealer and check out the Shearwater website for more information on the new Swift GPS transmitter. Also remember to like and subscribe to the channel here on YouTube. Thank you for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.